it's life itself. And whether you think of Shakespeare's 7 stages or Darwin's theory of evolution, there's always one paradoxical truth remains, and that is the only constant is change. There's an educational thinker called Michael Fullen who describes change in 3 stages. He calls it the initiation, the dip, and the transformation. And as I reflect on our seniors, I can see how well these stages mirror their experience. And the first stage is the initiation. It's the beginning. So graduates, think back to your first day at this school. Who was the first person you spoke to? Did you have a patty? How long before you needed a toilet break to go and check on your phone? In most cases, you were met with unfamiliar classrooms and unfamiliar faces. And yet you also had expectations, as did your parents and also your teachers. And I hope there was excitement too, but I would also think a great deal of uncertainty and definitely a bit of anxiety. And let's be honest, that's natural and to be expected. And the initiation stage is different for everyone. For your parents, the first day of school might have been a sense of relief that summer finally being over and that they no longer had to balance work and keeping teenagers entertained. For your teachers, it was the start of building relationships built from scratch. Teachers, take a moment to recall the first time you met the graduates. And graduates, can you remember the first time you met your teachers? What were your initial impressions of each other? More importantly, what are they now? And given there are children and grandparents in the audience, I will not ask you to share, but I know for sure there has been change. And the initiation stage can come in many forms. In some cases, it's thrust upon you. Did you really have a choice about which school you were coming to? Or others, it was your choice. For example, your subjects for the last 2 years, with some maybe thinking that HL math was a good idea until integration started to sound more like a legal process. And as you graduate today, you are once more about to embark on change and a new initiation stage. And like the times before, there will be uncertainty, anxiety, hopefully excitement, but this is not new to you, and it just means that things are how they should be. Now, the next stage is the dip, or what Fulham calls the implementation dip, with the dip being the operative word, and perhaps it is the most important stage. And in some scenarios, the dip is not immediately apparent. There is a honeymoon period where everything seems rosy and great, but then comes the dip and things get worse. I remember my own time at college when having more money or being in debt was no longer a theory from economics class, or when I had to make tough decisions on how many times I could get away wearing the same clothes, or how many clothes I could realistically take home to get cleaned for free. I see there's some alumni nodding their heads. But the dip is where the real change happens, where the learning takes place, and it's definitely uncomfortable. The dip is when understanding doesn't come easily, when motivation fades and the learning curve steepens. Now, you may not have had a name for it until now, but I bet you've all felt it. When you tried something new and you did not get the grade you expected. When you did what the coach was saying and nothing improved. When you tried a new teaching strategy and it fell flat. When you stepped back as parents to give them space to grow and then ended up grounding them for the weekend. It's in those moments that the temptation to go back to how it was is not only tempting, it actually seems silly not to. After all, it was working. Things were good. It was not that bad. In fact, whose idea was it to change anyway? But it's important to recognize that when you are in the dip, you are not failing, you are learning, you are growing, and you must persevere. And the dip is also the time when you find out who your cheerleaders are, who your support group is. And that also looks different to everyone, because support doesn't always come with a superhero cape. Sometimes it's just a friend who sits with you in silence, a teacher who lets you resubmit an essay, or a parent who brings you food, even though when you asked you were totally fine. And these are the moments when we realize you were not supposed to do it all alone. Your cheerleaders might not be loud, they might not even be the people you expected, but they're there, and they matter. So when you're deep in the dip, look around to see who shows up, because you'll need them, not just to get out of the dip, but sometimes to remind you why you jumped in the first place. I can confirm you have a dip in your future horizon, but knowing what you know now, you've been there before, so don't be a rush to leave, stay and splash around, knowing full well that you will exit and you will persevere. And the final stage is called the transformation, where we get the rewards of our efforts and suffering, where it turns out the grass is actually greener and not just because it's artificial. And transformation is not about becoming someone new, it is about becoming more you. It's when your parents come to you for tech help, when you recognize the irony of you giving advice to somebody about procrastinating, and when you stop asking, can I do this, and start thinking, I am doing this. So class of 2025, I need to revise my earlier comment. They say you should never meet your heroes, but I met the class of 2025 in 2019. And since then, I've watched them grow, stumble, learn and transform into the wonderful young adults we celebrate today. So graduates, you are not who you are when you arrived. You have grown, not only physically, but in your thinking and in your resilience, in your understanding of the world and of yourselves. You have learned to listen, to question, to collaborate, and to persevere. You have become more of who you are meant to be. And in many ways, so have we. Your teachers, your school, your families. We've changed too, because change, when it's real, transforms everyone it touches. And today is not just a celebration of completion, it's a recognition of the transformation. So graduates, as you walk into whatever comes next, remember that change will be constant. You'll face new beginning and lots of more dips, but you know how to navigate them. You've lived the process, trust it. To our parents, thank you for your unwavering support, for your patience, your fierce love. You have journeyed alongside your children in the quiet, constant ways that matter most. And to our teachers and staff, thank you for walking with these young people through every stage of those changes. You've been a steady hand, an open heart, and a quiet architect of their growth. Thank you.
It is truly an honor to stand before you today as both a graduate of the AISK community, class of 2017, and a proud member of this community that has shaped so much of who I am today. I know firsthand how much this school means to us all, and I'm just so incredibly excited to speak to you all as you embark on your next big chapter. AISK isn't quite like anywhere else, especially in Jamaica. The really small class sizes, the quality of the teachers, the world-class facilities, the exposure to a diverse school population, the everyday investments, whether big or small, that the school makes into developing students into more than just academics, but critical thinkers, change makers, and leaders. And that is truly a privilege to experience. As I look at you, I see a class of young adults who have already shown dedication and resilience. And I want to tell you that those qualities are exactly what will continue to shape your future in amazing ways. But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge the many feelings in the room right now. You might be, excited, anxious, relieved that you have no more exam papers to take, at least for the next few months, and perhaps a little uncertain and uneasy about what comes next. You're about to step into the great unknown, and for that reason, graduation is a bittersweet moment. You're going to transition from high school, where there were safety nets all around you, and you're going to go into adulthood, where you're responsible for creating your own safety nets and navigating new challenges all on your own. So I remember when I received the news that I got into my dream school, the Johns Hopkins University. I was in my IB Chem class, HL, continuously hitting the refresh button and not listening to a word my teacher had to say. Then there was a really loud scream from me. And I looked behind me to lock eyes with my best friend at the time, and I nodded. I was like, yeah. She said, you got in? And I said, yeah, I got in. Everyone in the classroom knew what that meant. Then I dashed out of the classroom and ran all the way to the front office as if my life depended on it. That was it for me. It was time to celebrate. The hard work over all those many years had finally paid off. Everyone was happy to hear the news, and that's the kind of community AISK is. They celebrate your wins, and they mourn your losses with you as well. Hopkins wasn't just a dream for myself anymore. It became others' dream for me too. So confidently, I posted the news on Instagram with the caption, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." But ever been in. But I stand before you today as a testament that hard seasons actually do build resilience. To appreciate the beauty and the splendor of the rainbow, you also have to experience the troubles that come with the rain. So listen, whether you're going off to university or pursuing a different path, this transition is huge, and it's okay to feel nervous. You won't know what's in store, but whatever it is, it won't break you. It will only make you stronger. So graduates, can you do me a favor and repeat after me? Whatever is in store, it won't break me. It will only make me stronger. Yeah. So when I was in your shoes, I thought a lot about what the future would hold. And if I'm being honest, I still think a whole lot about what the future holds. But at your age, I wondered what it would be like to live away from home for the first time, to face decisions all by myself, and to take ownership of my life in a way I hadn't had to before. But one thing I've learned is that change is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to step up, to reinvent yourself, and to create the version of you that you've always wanted to be. As you make this leap into adulthood, it's essential to remember the importance of the decisions you make right now. The choices you make today will shape your tomorrow. This is true whether you're choosing a college, deciding how you manage your time, or even how you treat the people around you. Each decision you make is an investment in your future self. So as Mr. Niles would say at the beginning of almost every math class, respique fenem. Keep the end in view. Your decisions are much more than just your right now. They have tangible impacts on your future self. So what does this even mean? Well, I'm sure you've heard it in some form or another, but it does bear repeating. The habits you create now will be the ones that determine who you become. Want to be successful? Start building the habits of discipline, focus, and perseverance now. Want to be someone who has strong relationships? Start showing up for others, especially when it's hard. Want to have a positive impact on the world or be someone who achieves their goals? Start serving your community and be relentless in the pursuit of those goals. Want a six-pack or a nice gluteus maximus? Start eating clean and hitting the gym, right? Start consistently doing the small things that build towards your ideal self. And here's the most exciting part, graduates. You truly get to choose who you become. You can absolutely become the person you dream of being, but it will take consistency, effort, and time. So as you move forward into this next stage of your life, take it one small step at a time. Build the habits block by block that will take you where you want to go. And most importantly, give yourself some grace and be patient with yourself as you grow. Patient enough to forgive yourself for the many mistakes you will inevitably make, but not so patient that you get stuck inside your comfort zone. Because the simple fact is that growth is uncomfortable. Growth is sometimes messy and painful, but it's necessary for your advancement. Now, one of the things I really wanted to emphasize this morning is the importance of your social network. In the midst of a world that is becoming less and less social, even with the rapid rise of social media. In the coming years, you'll find that your friends and the people you surround yourself with have a tremendous impact on who you become. Whether it's on a college campus, at a job, in your community, you'll quickly realize that you can't do it all alone. And even if you could, you really shouldn't. Humans are social beings. We need meaningful social interactions to thrive. Loneliness actually kills. And that's why it's super important to build a strong and supportive network of people who care about you, who challenge you, who support you, and who encourage you to become the best version of yourself. According to your teachers, the class of 2025 is one of the most dedicated, hardworking, and empathetic groups of students they've ever had the privilege of teaching. Good job, parents and teachers. Some things that were said about you were, they're just so nice. They get along. They support each other. They're serious about their work. You've shown time and time again that you care deeply about your peers, that their personal growth is meaningful to you, and that you are committed to making the world a better place. That kind of dedication, compassion, and work ethic is something that will serve you well throughout your life. Don't lose that sense of empathy that you have and that drive as you move forward. The world needs people who care. As you begin this next chapter, I want to remind you that you have the tools to be successful. You've learned a whole lot over the last few years, both inside the classroom and out. And you've proven your ability to work hard, face challenges, and help one another along the way. And even though it may feel like you're stepping into unknown territory, I want you to know that you truly are more than capable. So before I wrap up, I'd like to offer one last piece of advice that I wish I had fully embraced when I graduated. Your journey won't always be linear, and you won't always have everything figured out right away. You will experience losses, some harder than others, but that's okay. Embrace the uncertainty, take calculated risks, and remember that you have an incredible community right here in this very room that has your back. You are not only the class of 2025, you are so much more. You are a class of future world leaders, innovators, community builders, change makers, and compassionate individuals who will make a positive difference in this world. Whatever path you choose, keep your heads high, hearts and mind open, and be true, very true to who you are. So, congratulations, class of 2025. Soak in this moment, celebrate your achievements. You deserve it, you did it, you put in the hard work, and this is the reward. The world is waiting for you. Thank you.
I'm inviting Chelsea to come back. It's so great to see you, and it's lovely for you to be here and to share your journey. Congratulations and thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. Our next storyteller was invited by the graduates to be their faculty speaker. Not, from what I understand, an uncommon invitation for this well-known and highly respected educator. Barbara Henriquez is definitely a force to be reckoned with. She is the epitome of what is known in education circles as a warm demander. She is known for her fierce love for her students and equally the high demands she places on them, both for their scholarly work and thinking and for their character, expecting young people to exhibit a high level of respect and integrity, not only for themselves, but also for those around them. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the legendary Barbara Henriquez.
Wow, what an introduction. Chelsea, you really, really make us proud, you know. Having you come back and what you have achieved, I think we all take a little bit of that away from you, that we also contributed to it. Right. Good morning, parents, families, friends, and AISK team. All of us are here today because of you, the amazing graduating class of 25. Look at you, graduates. Or, as I still like to call you, my babies. In fact, you are my last little ones I've had the honor of academically potty training. Yes, every comma, every I.O., every last-minute paper 1 and paper 2 essay panic. And just look at the growth. You not just emotionally and intellectually grew, but also physically. Some of you look taller this morning than I remember. Did you shoot up overnight, or are those the heels? You're perched right at the edge of the nest, dressed up, standing tall, still as spirited and cheeky, full of energy as the day you walked into AISK. Ready to fly, and we couldn't be prouder. So, where did it all begin? Let's be honest, you didn't get there alone. Oh no, flying takes work, it takes training, and it definitely takes a team, or as we often say, a village. Let's walk a little bit of our memory lane. Now, my perspective is a little different to everybody else's. The faculty works in the trenches, so we kind of look at it a little more with the everyday drama and whatever else happens. So my little storytelling is focusing on that. Okay, so before we start, Zane and Scott, can you please close your laptops now? And don't even think about pulling out your phones to scroll TikTok. If I see one of you with your phone, it's going straight to Miss Campbell's phone prison. And you might get it back, well, maybe next summer or when the next ice age ends, whichever comes first. Guys, your parents gave you wings in the first place. Sure, some of them may have tried to clip those wings from time to time by slapping on an air tag on your backpack, just in case you forgot to reply to a text for 3 whole minutes. Or remember the "where are you" text marathon. They let you fly, but only if you texted your locations every 15 minutes, sent photographic proof, and promised to WhatsApp them from the Delot and Ribis bathrooms. But even through the eye rolls, the curfews, the dramatic sighs, and the group chats, they were never allowed to join. They were always there, cheering you on, paying the Wi-Fi and Friday night bar bills. That's love, people, real love. So if you're flying today, and you are, it's because they helped to build the runway. Many of you grew up right here at AISK. Take Bianca, for example, who landed early in the loving, caring hands of Kim Edwards in the very first class we offer for little ones. Stephen, Ryle, Samantha, you also joined the flock in elementary school and were nurtured by the caring hands of Michelle Locke, Rachel Silvera, Marion McKay, Sophia Williams, Angela Curtis, and Anna Wallace, who then was still the principal of the elementary school. And then middle school happened. The time when Mary, Luke, Ada, and Sanji entered the scene. Ah, yes, the legendary neither fish nor fowl years, also known as the era of mystery smells. A time of dramatic hallway breakups over relationships lasted 48 hours, mood swings so sudden they deserved their own weather app, and an unshakable devotion to hoodies, even in 32 degrees heat. Truly a fashion and emotional roller coaster for the ages. Through it all, Daniela Zahn and her fearless saint-like team stood by your side, guiding you through middle school with the emotional endurance of Olympic athletes and the patience of Job. I admire the middle school team more than words can say, truly, because if I had been your teacher during those middle school years, I wouldn't be standing here today. I'd be in a hammock and the grill running a bar. Eventually, you made it to high school, where things mostly matured. The mystery smells faded. The drama simply migrated to WhatsApp. And yes, the hoodies remained, but now they cost 3 times more as before. In the 4 whirlwind years of high school, the magic continued, thanks to the wise and wonderfully seasoned educators like Sylvie Brownie, Mikey Bennett, Saket Foster, Rachel Meyer-Boxell, Ariel Bernard, David DeHus. These are teachers who've truly seen it all and still come back voluntarily every year. That's not just dedication, that's superhero behavior. So who could forget the epic Grade 10 group projects, otherwise known as one person carries the team, while the others just change the font and say, looks great, a masterclass in delegation and creative ghosting. But through it all, your teachers stood strong, armed with only caffeine, Schoology, Power School, and the spiritual strength of 1,000 monks. Honestly, they deserve medals, or at least, very least, an extra week of summer vacation. Then came the final 2 years. Let's be honest, even in grades 11 and 12, you managed to drive us slightly crazy. Now and then, where some of you truly tested the limits of our patience and my caffeine intake. But despite the chaos, the missed deadlines, the creative excuses, the never-ending battle over unauthorized laptop tabs, I wouldn't trade it for anything, because watching you grow, stumble, laugh, and rise again has been one of the greatest privileges of my career. Slowly but surely, the class of 2025 came together, a perfectly imperfect mix of brilliance, chaos, compassion, and the occasional last-minute panic. A group fueled by talent, caffeine, and group chats that were somehow both wildly off-topic and essential to survival. Then came the brave and likely slightly under-caffeinated teachers who stepped up to guide you through 2 unforgettable years of academic rigor, as we call it, and emotional plot twists worthy of their own Netflix limited series. We're talking about the ever-wise Will and Naomi Vincent, the endlessly patient Lisa Camarta, the unshakable Marcus Needham, the iconic Brian Johnson, the fabulous Vonika Banton-Thomas, the poised Karen Bazir, and the fierce and fearless Patricia Blake Dennis. And of course, cue the dramatic drum roll, da-da-da-da, Christian Ciaga. Yes, that Christian Ciaga, once my own IB student, now a fellow teacher. That's right, students. If you ever doubt that life comes full circle, just picture Christian handing me his coursework once upon a time. Now he's on the other side of the fence. Karma is real, and it apparently teaches IB. And we must give a shout out to Dr. Powell, our new head of high school and middle school. She arrived like a calm, cool breeze in the middle of our academic hurricane, bravely took the wheel, steered the ship with grace, strength, and an inbox that probably deserves hazard pay. Through all these years, Coach Dex and his legendary team made sure you were happy, active, and let's be real, glorious, unapologetically loud. Elementary students, we hear you during PE, oh yes, from the science lab all the way to my classroom on the first floor. There were moments I genuinely couldn't tell if it was a dodgeball or a full-blown uprising. But beneath the joyful chaos, Coach Dex and his crew installed something powerful, what it means to represent AISK on the field, on the court, at home, and abroad. And some of you here have been very much a part of this. Loud, proud, fierce, and occasionally still wearing your jersey on a Tuesday from a game that happened on Saturday. Champions through and through, even if half of you forgot to bring your water bottles. Then there's Chad, the student whisperer, Chad, you know more about our students than any of us. You dried the tears, offered tough love, and somehow steered this wild ship back on course. Without you, we wouldn't have dared to push this class as hard as we did. And where would any of us be without Lionel and Nathaniel? Patient tech wizards who answered questions like, why is nothing printing? And where did my essay go? 1,000 times a day. While the calm of monks and the patience of Job guided them. And then there's Dr. Mark Page Botello, who rescued all of us with tech-savvy advice. At least I admit it. Let's not forget Mrs. Fitt and her team, and Mr. Anthony, who worked behind the scenes to keep the campus cool, clean, and quiet, magnificent for you. And then there's Mr. Walker, a man who has worn many hats at AISK, a champion for students. No matter the role, he always had a hand on your shoulder, a watchful eye on your progress, and occasionally a signature on a very last-minute academic appeal. Let's be honest, some of you who are sitting here today sit here because Mr. Walker went to bat for you. You know who you are. Yes. And then there are the years some of you got your license and became official drivers. And by drivers, I mean people who confidently accelerate and then panic when it's time to park. Let's just say some of you treat parking like suggestions. Thankfully, we had our trusted parking lot superheroes, Duckett and O'Neill, watching over the staff cars like hawks. They've seen it all. Curbs jumped, cones knocked, reverse lights blinking in all directions. If your parents ever wondered how their bumpers stayed intact during these learning phases, it's because these two men stood between our vehicles and certain doom. And who doesn't know Auntie Zarna? Fierce and compassionate in equal measure, the unofficial mayor of AISK. She's everywhere, dancing down the halls, hugging students like it's a red carpet reunion, calling you by name even before you had your first sip of coffee. Every morning, rain or shine, she's there with a big smile, big enough to power the whole school. Honestly, if love and positive energy could be bottled, we'd just label it Zarna and call it a day. She knows everyone, sees everything, and somehow still finds time to remind you to tuck in your shirt, and while doing it, a little two-step. She's not just part of the community, she is the community with hugs that could fix bad moods and spirit that could outshine the sun. And Anna Wallace, our compass, guiding this school with wisdom gathered from decades of AISK history. And let's give it up for Auntie Nicola, the woman with ideas so fresh, even ChatGPT has to keep up. She's the force constantly pushing AISK into the future, one brilliant brainstorm at a time. And then there is Denise Campbell, the quiet hero of AISK. The keeper of secrets and the queen of second chances. She saved your necks more times than I can count, writing excuse notes faster than some of you wrote entire essays. If there were a medal for creative justifications, she'd have gold every single year. And those phones, the ones I swore you would never see again, magically returned because Denise believes in redemption. And possibly because she didn't want to deal with the drama either. She has a heart big enough to hold all her pumpkins, yes, you know who you are, and somehow still answers every problem, every crisis, every, miss, I know it's last minute, but with calm compassion and a solution. So even when you messed up, and oh, you did, she defended you like a lawyer on a mission. Denise doesn't just fix problems, she makes students feel like they matter, even on their worst days. Honestly, I don't know how we'd function without her, and neither do you. So guys, this is your flight crew. From ABCs to IAs, from juice boxes to jump scares and TOK, we've watched you grow into something extraordinary. All these people here today, and more, along with your families, taught you how to fly. So now I'm going to ask you to stand, yes, actually stand, and applaud every single person who made it possible for you to be here today, strong, hopeful, and ready for the next stage of your life. Okay, yeah, you can say no. Now, what can I give you on the road ahead? It has to be something more than work hard, follow your dreams, or don't forget to call home. Although, seriously, don't forget to call home. I've been thinking, what could I say that would not be forgotten by the time the cake is cut? What truth can I leave with you today, something you can actually use? Well, here it is. I want to give you something that doesn't expire, something that isn't just a poster quote or a polite platitude, something that will actually help you in college, in your career, in love, in loss, in leadership, and in life. I want to give you empathy. Now, I know, empathy isn't exactly the flashiest concept. It's not going to trend on TikTok. You can't major in it. You won't find it on your transcript. But let me tell you, it's your most valuable life skill. Not your GPA, not your resume, not even your talent. Empathy is your superpower. Because the world you are stepping into is fractured, is fast, is loud, is full, and of people all over talking, but nobody really truly listens. And that's because we do not employ empathy. That is the thing that cuts through noise. It's what makes real connections possible. It's what turns intelligence into wisdom. It's what turns ambition into leadership. It's what turns hard world into a humane world. Empathy doesn't mean just being nice. It means understanding, real understanding, the experiences of others, even if they're completely different from you. It's sitting with someone in their discomfort. It's asking, how can I help, instead of jumping up to, here's what I would do. It's not soft, it's strong. Empathy is what allows you to work with people you don't agree with and still find common ground. It's what helps you navigate difficult conversations, build trust on a team, and be someone others want to work with, not just for. It's what allows you to notice when someone in the room is shrinking, not speaking, not okay, and to reach out anyway. And here's a secret that most people learn too late in life. The most successful people are not the smartest ones or the highest paid people or the highest academic achievers. No, they are the ones who understand people, who can read a room, who know when to speak and when to listen, who treat others with dignity even when they disagree. And empathy doesn't just help others, it helps you. When you lead with empathy, you grow stronger. You bounce back faster from failure. You make better decisions. You build lives full of meaning, not just money. And yes, you'll also avoid becoming that roommate, that boss, that customer, that in-law, who makes everyone's life harder because they're too wrapped up in themselves to see anyone else. Now, don't get me wrong, I want you to work hard, I want you to take risks, although as Chelsea says, calculated risks, okay, to aim high, but if you do all that without empathy, you'll step on people, you'll burn bridges, you'll end up isolated, even if you're successful. And what's the point of flying if you're flying alone? So my challenge to you, class of 25, is this. When you're in a heated debate, don't just try to win. Try to understand. When your friend is struggling, don't just say, let me know if you need anything. Actually, show up. When someone tells you their story, especially one from different point of view, don't dismiss it. Listen. Whenever you have power, and trust me, you will, use it to lift others, not just yourselves. Be the kind person who makes other people feel seen and safe and valued. That's leadership. That's strength, and that's impact. That's what will make your life rich and meaningful. Empathy is not a buzzword. It's not a trend. It's a foundation. And when everything else is confusing, when the path ahead feels uncertain, when the world feels overwhelming, let empathy be your compass. It will never lead you wrong. So, you've been a lot together, you've been through a lot. Laughter, tears, tests you didn't study for, group projects where only one of you actually did the work, and you know who you are. And unforgettable memories on this campus that has become a second home. You arrived as little kids with oversized backpacks, some of you barely reaching the doorknob. And now you're walking out of here, taller, wiser, louder, still very loud, and ready to fly. But before you take off, don't forget who helped you grow those wings. Your parents, who survived your teenage years with only mild emotional scarring. The drama, the moods, the I'll do it later era, and still loved you through it all. Your teachers, who believed in your brilliance even when your homework mysteriously disappeared into Google Drive purgatory. Who held the line, gave you second chances, and believed in your greatness, even on the days you were more chaos than clarity. Your counselors, your coaches, your classmates, and the incredible people behind the scenes who cheered you on quietly, faithfully, sometimes with snacks, and all the heroes behind the scenes who loved you quietly, patiently, and faithfully. So you're not flying solo. You carry all of us with you. Every word of encouragement, every lesson learned, every hug, every eye roll, every smile. You're leaving this nest, but trust me, the wind beneath your wings was made in Jamaica. And yes, the world will test you, but don't just rise above it. Rise with purpose. Lift others as you go. Because flying isn't just about altitude, it's also about attitude. And the best flights aren't measured by how far you go, but by who you become on the journey. So fly far, fly bold, fly curious, but above all, fly kind. You already made us proud more than you know. But before you go, let's do this the AISK way. When I say AISK, you say flies. AISK? Flies. There you go. And I leave you with the words of Usain Bolt, who said, the sky has no limits, neither do you. Now go fly, show the world how Jamaican eagles soar. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you so much, Ms. Henriquez. Our program will now turn to recognizing individual graduates through the Semester 2 Honor Roll Awards and the Senior Core Value Awards. The first set of awards are for academic achievement as we recognize students who have made the honor roll for Semester 2. May I ask Mr. Meadham and Ms. Henriquez to please come forward to present the certificates. First, we will present certificates for honor roll with distinction. These are students who earned all A's in all courses. Students, once your name is called and you receive your certificate, please stay on stage until all the other students have joined you. Mr. Meadham?
Okay, so these are the following students. Anubhuti Bhagat. Bianca Brown. Megan Gore. Megan. And Ariana James.
Congratulations to all of our honor roll with distinction. Now we will move to honor roll, which are students who earn all A and B grades in their courses with a minimum 3.50 GPA.
Okay, following students, Robin Blake. Ada Chin. Mary Handel. Mary. Giovanni Lemon. Sanjana Nalapati. And finally, Sofia Preciado.
Okay, in my advisory, I'm calling for honor roll, and Dr. Powell explained what this is. I'm calling Samantha Gabriela Azar. Well done, girl. I'm calling Sienna Ashley Hosang. Well done. And I'm calling Mary Millward. Where is she? Well done, girl.
Okay, one final round of applause to all of our academic distinctive students. Thank you so much. Okay, students, you may now be seated. Thank you. Our next set of awards are the AISK Core Value Awards. The Core Value Awards recognize exceptional demonstration of respect, leadership and integrity, empowerment, and excellence, as well as a special Renaissance Award. The Core Value Award winners are chosen by the high school faculty. And as usual, it is very tough to choose individual winners, and in some cases, you will see that they could not. The first Senior Core Value Award is the Empowerment Award, which will be presented by Mr. Will Vincent.
Good morning, everyone. It is a real pleasure and privilege to present the AISK Empowerment Prize, an award that speaks to the very heart of our school's values. This prize is awarded to a student who serves both the AISK community and the greater Kingston community above and beyond expectations. It's for someone who takes to heart the needs of others and actively strives to improve the surrounding community. And most importantly, this student must empower themselves and others to discover their true capacity and go beyond their perceived limits. Now, many students were nominated this year, and rightfully so. This class really is full of students who are doing meaningful, compassionate, and ambitious work. It was debated, but in our final discussions, one name consistently rose to the top. What makes this student so exceptional is the way they lead, not through noise or self-promotion, but through presence, consistency, and care. Week after week, they have shown up. They build things, that they support others. They make a difference not by asking for credit, but by putting their values into action. They founded the high school STEM club, bringing together students to explore science, technology, and math in hands-on, imaginative ways. They worked in elementary, helping younger students find their creative voice in poetry and literature, while also learning from those students in return. They provided emotional support and a listening ear through peer support, helping peers navigate difficult moments with empathy and discretion. And as a member of student government, they played a key role in organizing wellness initiatives, mentorship programs, and charitable projects that extended beyond our walls and into the wider Kingston community. One CAS supervisor summed it up perfectly. This student has blossomed into an assertive, empathetic leader, a thoughtful collaborator, and a change maker who builds up others with quiet strength. Their journey has been one of growth, courage, and purpose. They've shown us that true empowerment doesn't always look loud or flashy, but sometimes it looks like a steady hand, a thoughtful idea, or a tape dispenser for Christmas tree full of children's names and a heart that just keeps giving. When the student first arrived at AISK, one teacher recalled how they're a bit like a snail in its shell, or perhaps a very shy bird, hesitant to take flight. Quiet, cautious, not one to seek the spotlight, and yet, just a couple of years later, they've become one of the most quietly powerful leaders in the school, a bit like their signature pink carry-on suitcase, a little weathered perhaps, but unmistakably sturdy, steady, and always ready for the next journey. So it's great joy that I present the AISK Empowerment Award to this year's deserving recipient, Sienna Hosang.
Congratulations, Sienna, and thank you, Mr. Vincent. Our second core value award today is the Excellence Award, which will be presented by Mr. Michael Bennett and Mr. Christian Siaga.
Good morning, all. The Excellence Award is presented to the student who consistently demonstrates critical thinking skills and exceeds our standards for academic excellence by dedicating themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and going above and beyond in their academic efforts and goals. The year was 2022, when an unassuming, quiet, and obviously polite student joined my grade 10 higher level math class. Initially, I didn't know what to make of her. She seemed diligent and asked questions when she didn't understand what was taught. She did fairly well in that grade 10 year, but her true prowess was yet to be revealed. IB mathematics, as many students have come to know, is not for the faint-hearted. I was curious to see how my grade 10 students would handle the out-of-the-box thinking that is required to be successful in such a course. As a whole, they fared well, but the unassuming, quiet, and obviously polite student that I spoke of earlier rose to heights that I've rarely seen as a teacher. This student demonstrated a level of creativity in problem solving that can only be described as exceptional for her age group. Not only this, but when she didn't grasp a concept, she remained persistent until understanding had been realized. This was not only motivated by a desire to do well, but by genuine curiosity. To illustrate the authenticity of her curiosity, I'll tell you a little story. After completing her IB mathematics examination, this unassuming, quiet, and obviously polite student couldn't wait for me to get the exam paper. She wanted to see how a problem that she was unable to solve should have been approached. After working through the problem for about 10 minutes, I could see the satisfaction in her eyes when she finally understood what had eluded her in the time-bound examination. This is the type of student deserving of the Excellence Award. A lover of knowledge, curious, persistent, hardworking, not only in mathematics, but in all the subjects she pursued. The student receiving the Excellence Award this morning is none other than Anu Bhagat.
Good morning, everyone. I have the privilege today of honoring a student who reminds me every single day of what excellence really means. This is a student who is simply brilliant in a way that cannot be overstated. The student demolishes very challenging exams like their spelling tests. A bona fide superstar. This student is a superb thinker who gets phenomenal grades. Her handwriting looks like it came right out of Microsoft. She's an athlete, a performer, a student leader, the whole 9 yards. And yet, those aren't the reminders. It's when you watch this student day to day, that is when you're reminded of what excellence really means. She reminds me that excellence is a habit. It's the behind the scenes. It is the practice, the perseverance, it's the hustle. And boy, does this girl never stop hustling. In everything she does, academic or otherwise, she works hard, she works smart, and she's consistent. The foot never comes off the gas. She holds herself to a standard that says her work, whatever kind of work that may be, will always represent her authentically. And that is why this student is excellence personified. That is how to be excellent. No matter what the game is, you always want her on your team because you know, you just know, she will deliver. It is simply her habit. Today we're honoring this student, but for me, I think, and I speak for my colleagues as well, when I say that it has been our honor and privilege to work with the simply excellent Ariana James.
Congratulations, Ariana and Anu, and thank you, Mr. Siaga and Mr. Bennett. Our next AISK Core Value Award is the Leadership and Integrity Award and is presented by Ms. Naomi Vincent and Ms. Imamura.
Very good morning. At AISK, we value leadership not just in titles and achievements, but in the everyday choices that reflect character, kindness, and integrity. This year's recipient of the Leadership and Integrity Award has shown us exactly what this looks like, consistently choosing honesty, fairness, and care, even when nobody is watching. This student leads with both heart and action, whether organizing peers, stepping up in challenging moments, or keeping students and teachers alike well-stocked with delicious homemade baked brownies and cookies. Her impact is felt in the small moments and the big ones. She brings people together with quiet strength and a generous spirit that lifts the whole community. As one teacher described her, she's a natural leader, both by example and overtly. Morally grounded and convicted, always does the right thing. And it doesn't stop with helping people. This student leads with care for the planet too. Her passion for the environment is unmistakable, whether it's championing sustainability projects, raising awareness, or simply making greener choices. She shows us that leadership means caring for others and for Mother Nature.
She is also the kind of person who gives her time and talents freely. From her behind-the-scenes efforts at equestrian events, where she shares her skills and supports others with humility and grace, to her many volunteer roles, this student builds community and confidence in others. She's one of those rare individuals who could have earned multiple awards tonight. She stands up for the little guy, creates a welcoming space for the new student in class, and with just a glance, shares the knowing look that when others aren't doing what they're supposed to be. Her leadership has truly blossomed this year, most memorably in her work guiding the senior mural project along with her fellow artists. Big up for you all, guys, for that. It looks really good, seriously. Your personal touches, the color, the contrast, all fabulous. Your text, however, could be a little cleaner, so if you want to talk to me about that, come see me next week. Sorry, I digress. Let's get back. This young woman is resilient, thoughtful, and more patient than she gives herself credit for. She's the kind of presence you notice when she's missing. That's her impact. She makes the classroom at AISK a better place. It is our honor, us and the faculty, to present this year's Leadership and Integrity Award to Megan Gore.
Congratulations, Megan, and thank you, Ms. Benson and Ms. Imamura. Our fourth core value award today is the Respect Award, and that award will be given today by Ms. Sylvie Brownie and Ms. Ariel Bernard.
So nice to see them here. Good morning, everyone. The AISK Core Value Award goes to the student who consistently displays positive actions of esteem for other students, staff, and the AISK community. He or she values others' opinions and perspectives, models positive classroom behaviors, and consistently demonstrates kindness towards others. So that's a definition. And this is an example of an award that is a bit of a conundrum. Often perceived as the Nice Person Award, the Respect Award goes far beyond this perception. Once you move beyond the niceties, straight to the impact of the actions of those that exemplify respect, you begin to understand the true merit of its value. In a world that is increasingly polarized and perhaps intentionally divided, it is those with the capacity to build bridges, to connect, to listen to the ideas and beliefs of others without losing sight of their own, to see us and accept us for who we are, to allow us to see them in their fragility as well as in their glory. That is what is most needed today. So today's co-recipient of the AISK Respect Award is excellent in every way. She has much to be proud of. And if she weren't terribly humble, we might even understand why. She's an outstanding student and will be attending a top university in the fall, a respected leader, and yes, a regionally award-winning squash player. And when you add that intoxicating and contagious smile, you might be inclined to say she has it all. Yet, it's in the rough patches that character is understood and true excellence emerges. It is not that her road is more smoothly paved than ours. It's just that she seems to understand that the purpose of a road is just to get us somewhere. On the long days of IB, when I knew that she was training for squash and studying late into the night, I would wait for her in the morning and greet her and ask her how she was doing. Tired, she would admit, but always with a smile and a willingness to do more, to give more. Her strong work ethic is undeniable. Her squash coach once said to me, "I don't understand it, whether she's sprinting and exhausted or winning a gold medal. She just never loses her composure or her sense of humor. She is always kind, fair, gracious, and modest. She connects with others on a deeply human level and approaches the world with open-mindedness, compassion, and a profound belief that everybody, all of us, have a place at her table. She doesn't just show respect, she lives it, and through that, she makes those around her feel seen, valued, and empowered." Please join me in celebrating this exceptional young woman, Ms. Sanjana Nalapati.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm here to award and honor the other recipient for the Respect Award. And it's an honor that goes to a student who is a role model to his peers by example, not through volume, but through quiet, unwavering integrity. He's someone who has truly mastered the art without saying much at all. This student has a calm presence, but instantly puts others at ease. He doesn't demand attention, and yet he earns everyone's respect without ever having to raise his voice. In fact, his teachers affectionately voted him most likely to end a world war with one word. And if you know him, you know that he's not a man of many words. However, he has profound and thought-provoking opinions during discussions. Having taught him over the last few years, I've grown to understand that what he may not communicate clearly, he has genuine care for those around him. He's like the James Bond of kindness, cool, composed, and always ready to save the day, usually with a well-timed nod, a brooding stare, or just a quiet, okay. He reminds us that leadership doesn't have to be loud. It can be thoughtful, it can be kind, and it can be as simple as treating others with consistent respect, even in the face of adversity or when others seek to challenge your composure. He's the kind of person who will hold the door open for his peers and teachers without a second thought, carry a friend's heavy bag without being asked, and notice when someone needs help before they even say a word. He even cares enough to pretend not to notice when the rest of the class clearly didn't do their French homework. His manners are impeccable, so much that he exemplifies the characteristics of a true British gentleman, living proof that even amongst Gen Z, chivalry is very much alive. But what truly sets him apart isn't just his British accent, gentleman-like nature, or the fact that he always displays positive behavior in the classroom. It's his initiative. He sees the little things, and in a world where people often rush to speak, he listens. Where many push to lead, he supports. He chooses kindness even when no one else is watching. There's a quote that says, "Knowledge may give you power, but character earns you respect." He's dependable, he's generous, he's thoughtful, and has earned the lasting admiration of his peers, teachers, and school community. He is none other than Mr. Robin Blake.
Congratulations, Sanjana and Robin, and thank you very much, Miss Browning and Miss Bernard. Our final award today, a Core Value Award, is a special award called the Renaissance Award, and given today by Mr. Chad Lambert.
Good morning, everyone. So the Renaissance Award is for a student that demonstrates tremendous academic and personal growth by reinventing themselves as a student. The student embodies progress, enlightenment, creativity, and development. Now, I can speak for the faculty when I say that we're very proud of this student. The transformation from being an uncertain individual who shies away from responsibility and decision-making to a confident student who volunteers to take on leadership roles, shares their opinions very boldly, and embraces challenges with a, let's see how it goes mentality. I personally have been able to see much of this student's growth, from being a visiting member of peer support who thought it was better to just listen to one of the leaders of the club who shares their own challenges, actively listens, and gives thoughtful advice that was often blunt and sometimes very straightforward. This student's creativity shined as he shared ideas of possible club events, and his willingness to support not only our fellow students, but even myself as well, has definitely been noticed and appreciated. During our one-on-one talks, I've seen the growth as well. From being guarded and hesitant, I could still see the eagerness to challenge himself to grow. But now he has the tools, the self-awareness, and the ability to laugh at himself, and that has allowed him to truly grow into the young man he is today. This newfound confidence and self-awareness also led him to joining robotics and a trip overseas, another experience that your contribution was greatly appreciated and recognized. Please help me in awarding the Renaissance Award to Ryle Foster.
Congratulations, Rael, and thank you, Mr. Lambert. We now move into the final part of the program where we are going to ask the student storyteller to come forward. Samantha Azar has been chosen by her classmates to speak on their behalf. A young lady of incredible poise and integrity. Please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Distinguished guests, teachers, parents, friends, family, and most importantly, graduating class of 2025, good morning. I can't believe it, but we made it. It is a true honor to stand here today as we look back on our shared journey at AISK while reflecting on what lies ahead. Today marks a very special day. Although it is the closing of a chapter, our stories are just beginning. I would like to start by recognizing the people that made this journey so much more enjoyable and much more memorable, my classmates. Every member of this class is truly unique. With different interests, passions, and talents, we have one common thread, which is our unwavering support for one another. School wasn't always easy, but being a part of a class like this made all the difference. The friendships, encouragement, and unconditional support, along with Dimple's great hugs, have been the driving factors that have led us all here today. Personally, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for helping to make my experience at AISK that much more special. Anu, Dimple, and San, my favorite trio, your smiles light up so many of our darkest days. Ada and Mary, the best football teammates, always reliable and full of energy. Megan, your art blows me away every time. The creativity you bring to everything you do is something I deeply admire. Sienna, the kindest soul and a true perfectionist. Luke, Stephen, Arion, you each bring a unique energy and presence that balances our class in the best way. Lily and Bianca, business class wouldn't be the same without you and your bubbly personalities. And on behalf of me and Mary, thank you for always giving us the answers. Samira, Rael, your energy and enthusiasm make the class more lively, fun, and a better place. Kaya and Sophia, you both bring so much light and warmth to everything around you. Gio and Stella, never change. You're full of life and your personalities truly shine. Robin, Scott, Zane, your hard work on and off the football pitch motivates everyone around you. Ariana, your intelligence and commitment shine in everything you do. Mary, my best friend, my sister, you make every moment brighter just by being yourself. Each of you have made your own contribution to the spirit of the class, and together, we've created something truly unforgettable. Nevertheless, like any journey, ours has not been without challenges. We faced adversity, moments of self-doubt, and much too much stress trying to meet Mr. Vincent's deadlines. The past few years have tested our resilience in ways we never anticipated. Yet here we are today, stronger and wiser, ready to take on whatever comes next. Whether you're heading off to college, taking a gap year, or choosing a different path entirely, I have no doubt we're all going to achieve great things. I am confident saying this because each and every one of us have been prepared for greatness. Such preparation doesn't come by accident, but is a direct result of the love, commitment, and passion of our dedicated teachers. So to all of you, thank you. Thank you for your patience, your guidance, and your belief in us. Thank you for showing up, not just to teach, but to inspire and help us become the people we are today. Thank you for your wisdom and guidance in the classroom and beyond. You've helped us grow not just as students, but as people, encouraging us to believe in our potential. And for that, we're forever grateful. To the entire AISK faculty, thank you for your support, your dedication, and for helping to make AISK a better community and environment for us all. To our families, your guidance and sacrifices have been our foundation. Your encouragement through late nights and early mornings have given us the strength to keep moving forward. And thank you for putting up with us during exam season, because I know that was rough for us all. Today's achievement is as much yours as it is ours. To my parents, Johnny, Danielle, and Jessica, your unconditional love and support have meant everything to me. I hope you know I couldn't be the person I am today without you all. In closing, I'd like to remind everyone, as we stand on the edge of new beginnings, the future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create. So let's step forward with confidence, kindness, and courage. To the class of 2025, congratulations. Dream big. Let's go out there and build a future we're proud of. Thank you. You've heard me talk a lot about how memorable our high school experience has been, but now I hope you can see it all for yourself as we turn our attention to the screen. Here's a look back at some of the amazing memories we've shared. Thank you.
It's the first day of senior year. Hi.
Hi.
It's your first day of senior year.
Hi, Mom. I know this is being played at the graduation.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Hello. First day of senior year. Yay! First day of senior year. Say hey.
It's a video.
Cheers.
First Friday. It's blurry. We have Kyle and Lily. And then we have Arion and Aditya.
Hi guys. Oh, it's upside down. Hi guys. I don't know if I'm in frame, but we're about to watch the fun run and the guys are about to start.
There is Gio and Robin.
What are your thoughts on?
I think she's gonna win with a rock. She's in the speeders. Sorry, okay. Mary, Ada, Lily. You look like a cheese lady. You have to put the cake like this so that you can with her.
Okay.
Sorry, are you recording me right now?
How do you feel that we're graduating?
Scared. Got Stella here. She's back. Yay!
What's good, bro?
Show them. Show the culprit. Not involved. Sorry, Mr. Bennett. Sorry. Describe senior year in a phrase.
Done. Yay. Such a relief. Freedom.
What will you guys miss most about AISK?
I'm really gonna miss the tight-knit community and all the amazing people I've met. I'm really gonna miss all the friends I've made, not only with my peers but also with my teachers. If you could leave one message for the class of 2025, what would it be?
I would advise my current peers to just go out there, explore, do the best you can, always make an impact, make people proud, and just be yourself.
Take risks. You know, you're a teenager, live your wildest life. These are the best years of your life. Take into account that, you know, you're representing the school. And please do remember, once a hurricane, always a hurricane.
Yeah.
Say ESS is the best.
ESS is the best. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1.
These guys give me a ride, so I couldn't reject.
I've been waiting for a day like this to come struck like lightning. My heart's beating like a drum on the edge of something wonderful. Face to face with changes. What's it all about? Life is crazy, but I know I can work it out, 'cause I got you to live it with me. I feel alright, I'm gonna take all the
3, 2, 1. Class of 2025!
Upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play. Went face to face with all our fears, learned our lessons through the tears, made memories we knew would never fade. One day my father, he told me, son, don't let it slip away. He took me in his arms, I heard him say, when you get older, your wild heart will live for your
Hi. Hi, y'all.
Kaya, it's the first day of senior year. Hi. It's your first day of senior year.
Hi, Mom. I know this is being played at the graduation.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
First day of senior year.
Yay!
First day of senior year. Can you say
It's a video.
Cheers.
We're starting. We have Kyle and Lily, and then we have Ariana and Alicia.
Hi guys. Oh, it's upside down. Hi guys. I don't know if I'm in frame, but we're about to watch the fun run and the guys are about to start.
There is Gio and Robin. What are your thoughts on?
I think she's gonna win with a rock.
She's in the speeders. Oh, okay. Very
With her. Are you recording me right now?
How do you feel that was
Scared. Sorry. Describe senior year in a phrase. Done. Yay. Such a freedom.
What will you guys miss most about AISK?
I'm really gonna miss the tight community and all the amazing people I've met. I'm really gonna miss all the friends I've made, not only with my peers but also with my teachers. If you could leave one message for the class of 2025, what would it be?
I would advise my current peers to just go out there, explore, do the best you can, always make an impact, make people proud, and just be yourself.
Take risks. You're a teenager. Live your wildest life. These are the best years of your life. Take into account that you're representing the school. And please do remember, once a hurricane, always a hurricane.
Three, two, one.
passes out last night, but it's late and I'm trying not to sleep, 'cause I know when I wake I will have to slip away. And when the daylight comes, I'll have to go, but tonight I'm gonna hold you so close, 'cause in the daylight we'll be on our own. Tonight I need to hold you so close. Here I am staring at your perfection in my arms, so beautiful. The sky's getting bright, the stars are burning out. Somebody slow it down. This is way too hard, 'cause I know when the sun comes up, I will leave my last glance. That will soon be memory.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call success.
And when the daylight comes, I'll have to go, but tonight I'm gonna hold you so close, 'cause in the
Thank you. As you can see from the video, not only do we have both a respectable and respected group of young people sitting in front of us, but also a group that knows how to have fun and even pull a few shenanigans. All right, we have now come to the part of our program that I'm sure the graduates have all been waiting for, and that is the presentation of diplomas. Diplomas will be presented in the order on your program, and graduate names will appear on the screen along with their senior photo and some additional information. As names are read by Mr. Will Vincent, our grade 11 and 12 coordinator, the graduates will step up to receive their diplomas. Parents, please do feel free to move forward to capture this special moment. We just would ask that you be mindful of the event cameras so the people who have joined us at home can also enjoy the moment. May I ask Mr. Walker and Mr. Hilton, please, to join us on the stage as well for the presentation of the diplomas. If we can have the graduates in the first row, please stand.
Okay. Samantha Gabriella Azar. Anubhuti Bhagat. Robin Blake. Bianca Maria Brownie. Zane Byron. Samira Chandiram Chatani. Ada Chin. Scott Malik Collins. Stella de Gus. Rael Dondre Foster. Megan Gore. Mary Bernadette Handel. Graduates, first row, please sit. Second row, please stand. Sienna Ashley Hosang. Rui Huang. Luke Andrew Hussey. Ariana James. Aryan Deepak Lakhwani. Giovanni Lehmann. Stephen Alex Liu. Kaya Noel Martin. Mary Millwood. Dimple Motiani. Sanjana Nalapati. Sofia Preciado.
Okay, graduates of the first row, please stand. We now have one final piece of ceremony to perform before we present the class of 2025. Graduates, please place your hand on your tassel on the left-hand side. In just a moment, I will invite you to pass the tassel from the left-hand side to the right. While once a hurricane, always a hurricane, the tassel switch is a sign of your transition from high school to a new phase of your life and education. We are proud of you, and we wish you every success as you move on. 3, 2, 1, switch. Ladies and gentlemen and honorable guests, may I present the AISK class of 2025. And now for the traditional hat toss. Photographers ready? Graduates ready? 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Don't hesitate to join your graduates on stage.
Where'd all the time go? It's starting to fly. See how the hands go, waving goodbye. No, I get so forgetful when I look in your eye. Now she's walking backward through a parade, and I'm stuck in the shadow, blocking the shade. Dressed up like a pillow, so she's always in bed. Flowers for the sick and dead. She's on the go, way too fast and way too slow. She'll turn to stone in hospitals and funeral homes. And when the fog rises, somebody sighs who is not in disguise anymore. There's nothing to keep you from falling in love. It starts at the bottom, it comes from above. Like pieces of a puzzle, like a hand in a glove. She gets dressed up like a pillow, so she's always